Hey, good evening. Good evening to our first viewers this evening. KP Heathen was first in from Louisiana. It's Shannon Barrett. We're actually on time this time. I don't know what happened, but we're on time for a change. Hope everybody's doing okay tonight. Those of you in the know, I've sent the links out. And if you don't know, that's okay. You probably haven't checked Messenger yet. So it was a beautiful, beautiful day today. Absolutely stunning. I mean, no crazy wind, no, you know, dark looming clouds. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Shannon is from the upstate New York, the Finger Lakes region. I am from the Cleveland, Ohio area, but I'm in Kentucky now. I've been here about 30 something years. Hey, Carol, South Florida sunshine. Good evening to you. Loving this weather. Absolutely loving it. And I know we're going to pay for it. I was looking at the radar just before getting set up, and I said, oh no. It covered at least 6 states. That's how big it is. So if you don't want to know what's coming down the pike, don't look at the radar for the whole United States. That was a little disappointed. Carol, I hope things are well down there in the Sunshine State. One of America's largest kitty litter pens. I'm sorry. I just think all the cats in Florida must have it made. At least the ones that are allowed outside. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, he's from here in Kentucky. Um, Aside from being a storm spotter myself, spotter, not a chaser. I don't have a car right now, so I can't chase after them, but otherwise I would be. Uh, Carol says her son is still awake. No worries. I know you're here in spirit anyway. Yeah, so Willie Grow, hello John. You behave tonight. Well, that's okay. If you act up too much, I mean, we can always put you in the corner. Hello, Shawnee. How you doing tonight? What weather apps do I use? I use WKYT TV, which is one of our TV stations here, and they were one of the TV stations that was instrumental in me getting my certification for Skywarn storm spotting, and so I use their app, and then I use three different other apps that are provided by the National Weather Service in Louisville, Kentucky, and those are usually handed out to folks who took the training. They're not as intuitive as I would like them to be, but they work really well as far as um, keeping ahead of the storm and being able to. I'm still learning this. I'm still learning how to read a potential storm that a storm that has potential of dropping tornadoes. So I'm still learning how to read radar for that, but um, it's it's something you definitely have to learn over time. For what I even understand that people who take meteorological boy, the words aren't coming out tonight. Classes that to read those radars, they still, it's it's not something you pick up right away. So even the professionals have to learn. It takes a little time. Yeah, reading the clouds. Generally, it's a training for Skywarn storm spotters is usually a one-time thing. I've got a certificate here somewhere around here. But what I like to do is I like to take a course, and it's not so much a test per se, but it's sort of a crash course. It's one of those tests that you would take to make sure that you're up to speed with everything. And excuse me, a lot of things change, so I like to be on top of it, and I'll read the material. If there's anything new, I'll make note of it and I try to learn it. And I'll take a little test. There is a test. It's kind of a pretend test to see what you know. And of course, I've got a book around here somewhere. Actually, I think my handbook's right over on the shelf there. And that's a good guide to go by too. So if I have any questions, like I'm looking at a cloud and I'm wondering, well, is that a scud cloud, or is that an actual one that's going to drop a tornado? Then I could kind of look at it and say, okay, yeah, that's just a scary looking cloud, and not even pay any attention to it really. Got folks in the bushes. Uh, well, let them lurk. I hope they learn something. That would be cool. Rather than, So how many are we showing, Carol? Because I'm showing, excuse me, I'm showing 7 on the counter. I'm not counting who's actually in the chat. So it's all right. Let them lurk. I hope they learn something good. Yeah. Yeah. 3 hours. And yeah, as far as the Skywarn storm spotting, um, the training is free. It was provided by WYMT and the National Weather Service. And so the time that I took the test, I was living in Hazard, Kentucky. So we went to the TV station and we took the course and uh, got a certificate and a few little things here and there for it. It's pretty cool. We got to hang out with the weathermen and women and see how things are done behind the scenes. Yeah, it was free. Yeah. Because at the time, Eastern Kentucky didn't have enough storm spotters. Nobody was showing any interest. And what makes storm spotting so valuable is that a lot of times even radar can let you down. And it's actually better to have the eyes on the ground and say, hey, yeah, Houstonville's got a tornado right now about to touch down, or it's already touched down. You can call in. We're given a special number to call. Or not to give it to anybody who's not a registered storm spotter. So it's kind of like the red phone to the president, but he goes to the National Weather Service, and we let them know that, yeah, we got something on the ground. And it always helps to also know if you have access to your weather station at home, which I need to replace my weather station. Mine gave up here a while back. Was beat down the last straight line winds we had, and It did not survive. But if you have access to it and you give them wind speed and its path of destruction and whatnot, then it helps them at the National Weather Service decide who gets that severe thunderstorm or tornado warning. Um, if you hear the National Weather Service say that it's radar indicated, that means that there was no storm spotters in the area to tell the National Weather Service that there was a tornado on the ground. So if you hear them say, that it was radar indicated, then yeah, more than likely they had to pick it up at the National Weather Service, and then they put that out on the radio. Yeah, Shawnee, I know. Last one I bought was 4 years ago. It cost me about $500, and I was heartbroken when the wind ripped that thing apart. It was just there was no going back. It came off its mount, went across the yard, and just really just big holes in the side of it where it I guess it hit some rocks or whatever. And it was a sad day. I kind of felt like I had to bury it. Yeah, Shannon, it's okay to listen. That's great, and we know that you're here, and that's the main thing. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy the live stream. Um, I see some playful jabs between Willie Grow and Homestead Aquarius. Hello, Robert. What's going on? Just leave them at that. Hugo Homestead, good evening. Trish Wiley, good evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. We were just talking about storm spotting, tornadoes, and things like that. And I was just saying that we had a huge weather system moving in from the Midwest, covering several states. And I was actually hoping we could have a few more nice days, but it is spring, so. Bear with me. I've got some drainage going on. I know that's exciting to share with you all, but it is what it is. Let's see here. Just show you what we're dealing with here. Well, that's not what I want. Wow. Okay, thanks a lot there, technology. You're so helpful. There we go. We'll just put that into motion. Looks like it is. So that's a nasty booger right there. Hugo Homestead says went to Kentucky Sustainable Living Expo at WKU, Western Kentucky University this weekend. And they had a good lecture about ham radio and did testing for folks. Well, that's awesome, Hugo. Here's my neighbor joining us on the stage. Hello, Randall.
You know.
Hope you got out and enjoyed this weather.
Oh yeah, I was in it about all day
Yeah.
outside doing things. Yep.
Hey, Howie, Food Forest Permaculture. Gear. Hello, Gear. Just showing them what's coming.
All that
there's,
green stuff.
there's our compromise right there for every bit of nice weather we have.
Yeah, well, it happens.
It's colder than a well digger's butt last night.
I'll say it was a little nippy.
We got to 29. Oof.
I didn't know if it got that low or not. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, it did.
I know it's about 12 o'clock last night. It felt like it was coolish.
Trish says the wind's been howling over there for a couple days. Yep. Same here.
And it's typical March weather, so that's the way it's going to be for probably another month.
I started 9:30 Gear. I started right on the dot though. That's why it feels like I started a little later, but no, I started right on the dot. I wasn't late this time. Hugo stayed in the camper last night. Oh no. Hope he had a little heat in there.
Yeah, it's too early to be putting your stoves up.
Yeah.
It's way too early yet. Just like I said, we're going to have this weather for another month. So
ice cream with cinnamon. Yeah. Well, there you go. Enjoy your ice cream, Aquarius. Sounds
then
good.
When that comes around, everybody be complaining. It's too hot. Too hot. I wish I had a cold breeze just to blow through the valley, whatever. You know. And we're
not me. I like it warm. What I did today. Did you know that there was some white and yellow daffodils at the top of the hill where the double wide was?
No.
Okay, I'm thinking the Simpsons moved those in there when they lived up there because I found a bunch of them along the fence line.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was the yellow ones like what's over in the woods. So I grabbed the white and yellow and moved them over here next to the patch of yellow ones that I picked. So even if they die out this year from transplanting, they'll come back next year just as strong. So
yeah, they should.
They're a really hardy flower and they're colorful. So I thought, why not? I'll grab those. And I didn't grab all of them. I left a bunch up there, but
I say Homer and Marge probably moved them in up there, probably.
I can't be stealing when you're in charge of the property, John. I like the landlord cares anyway. You got to understand what this landlord's like.
What are they going to do? Arrest you?
Yeah. I've been pretty much put in charge of the top of the hill. So, yeah.
If you can, I mean, everybody else seems to get by with everything else in this whole country. And I don't think nobody's going to arrest nobody for stealing flowers. hard. And they're getting by with other things a lot worse than that. So
I'd like to move some, just a few sprigs of that rose bush down here closer to the house. But well, I tell you what, that'd tear a man up. Try to get all that stuff moved out of there.
all you had to do is cut you a couple, 2 or 3 sprouts and let them soak them, let them take root, and then plant them. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to move the whole bush.
Yeah, John, I'll tell you what, this place here, our law's a joke. Not Kentucky in general. I'm just talking about my county, our county here. It's a joke. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Take 45 minutes to an hour just to come up here. By that, and we could have buried a body. Nobody would know it.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you got anything seriously ill with you, and you counting on the ambulance to be here to help you, now you better off just get in a car and get somebody to drive you to the damn emergency room.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard from 44 Magnum today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's living over around Mount Vernon.
Oh.
He basically grew up around there.
Yeah.
I thought I might tell you, hey, from Brian. He's like me, no way to get around right now, so he's kind of stuck over there. But
yeah, it's been a while since I've laid eyes on him. Been a long while.
Hey, he's just as chubby and goofy as he was before.
Yeah.
Well, I used to be a Yankee until I moved down here, John. I kind of like it here.
Hillbillies and rednecks. I guess they think that's what all it is in Kentucky is hillbillies and rednecks. Golly. Oh boy. Read your history. They're down in Arkansas too.
Yeah,
Tennessee.
Shannon.
Let's see, yeah.
Hey, Shannon, I've got a yard full of blackberries. I didn't even have to plant them.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
But I challenge anybody to come through my backyard.
Yeah, if you want to, when they get ready to pick, you have to beat around and make sure there ain't no snakes around.
Yeah. Pick at your own risk.
Yeah, if you had your little path cut around them, you'd be okay. But that's one thing I'm very mindful about, getting too up in them and weeds, and stuff. No, taking a chance on it. Get bit by a copperhead, and then you ain't gonna last long.
You see that?
Oh, I'm a rednecker, and I'm proud of it, dude. I guess if you want to call me redneck, that's fine. I've been called worse.
I have to. I don't care.
Most of the time when they call me that, they're a long ways off where I can't reach and grab them. That's generally how it goes, too.
You get on the CB radio, start calling you every name in the book.
Words ain't nothing. Words ain't the same.
It's kind of like having internet trolls. They can call you all kinds of names behind the keyboard.
Yeah.
They keep face to face.
I pay no attention to them names. They mean nothing. Nicknames, whatever. but that's the way it is.
Hugo, you're more than welcome to come up here and get these over here next door. Nobody's going to care. That's where I got them from. Until that family gets their bearings straight and they decide who's going to own that property, it's pretty much open space anyway right now. So they started from this small little patch, Randy, to it just.
What are you talking about?
These daffodils out here in the
Oh yeah,
this forest over here that that family's up in arms about.
it probably took a couple of years for them to scatter out like that too.
Yeah, and the onions are the same way. The wild onions are the same way.
Yeah.
They're like everywhere around that same area. So and they kind of like that kind of soil because that soil stays wet all the time over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
John says it looks like you found a new redneck to pick on.
No, nobody. If you're talking about me, you can't pick on me. I just ignore people that does that. That's how I deal with that. I ain't particular who I ignore. I'm a equal opportunity ignorer. If it's a thing, I guess it would be if I made it up. Honeyberry. That's a new flavor. Honeyberry.
Sounds like a juice drink for kids.
Honeyberry.
Hugo, you know what? If you showed up on my doorstep tomorrow, I would walk over there with the shovel in hand, and I would dig them up for you. Because it's been well over 20 years and nobody's cared about that property in all that time. And I don't think anyone's going to care if I go over and pull a bunch of flowers out.
I don't think nobody would have said anything.
All the greens are up and looking.
There might be an occasional, at one time out of 1,000 that, hey, what are you doing over there, or whatever. And after that, you never see them again for another 20 years. But, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it.
Somebody told me, well, it was Brandon, and you know how it goes when Brandon tells stories. But he was saying, well, that one of the family members stopped in. And they said, "Oh, I'm so glad you're cleaning it up over here. We just don't know what we're going to do with this property." And he's like, "I'm cleaning up mine. I don't know about yours." They got apparently they got to talk, and they're like, "Well, this one wants it, and that one doesn't want it, and it was willed to this one." And I'm just like, give it to me. I'll show you what to use it for.
Well, you talking about that one across the road?
Just one right here next to me, next to the driveway. That little section there. That Dottie doesn't own that.
Oh yeah, there ain't nobody on. That's a dead area right there.
Used to be for what I was told, there used to be a cabin on that.
Years back. I mean, years back.
Yeah.
I mean, years back, at least 80 years ago or better. Maybe 90.
Now telling how much property tax is back on that. There may not even be any.
There's only one person that's been wheeled to it, and they're the heir to it, but they don't want it. The taxes.
Hey, Debbie Howard.
It's basically a dead zone, no man's land. Basically, if you can, I'd say a person could, if you wanted to spend the money, you could pay the back taxes and walk in there and take it. you'd have to do it, and you have to go through process, but it ain't been put up for sale yet by the county, so
Yeah.
they're not too worried about it.
And welcome to the stage, Homestead Aquarius.
How y'all doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
And welcome to the stage.
Let me get rid of an echo,
Yeah,
like I know what I'm doing. There we go. That ought to be quiet now.
you probably know more than I do about it.
I am just here to pester you tonight, Barry.
Mm. Pastor on.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be quick, brother.
Oh,
I have sat here and suffered on many a night when you had ice cream.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
I finally have ice cream. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Fixing to get dangerous here. It ain't much ice cream. It's just in a little cup I got from the store. That's all I need. Let me switch it
No.
right here. Maybe
Oh boy, look at that.
Look at this ice cream. That's the first I've had in months now. I've been suffering.
Is that butter pecan?
No, it looks a little dirty, but all that is a little trace amount of cinnamon that's on there. See, now look here. It's just this is vanilla bean. I think vanilla bean with a little great value cinnamon.
I was gonna say, don't lie to me. You drop that on the floor, put it back in the container.
It's like Blue Bunny or something like that. I don't know what it is. But look here. I want to show y'all.
It looked like dirt before you said it was cinnamon. It looked like you had dirt in the cup.
I can't hardly do this, and with me just looking at it through the camera. I'm trying to
more.
Brother, this is like the 5th layer I've done. See, that's what you do right there. You just sprinkle it on there. Get you some vanilla ice cream, and you put that ground cinnamon on there, and then I gotta have a tripod. I ain't got a tripod. All right, let's see. Let's get in here and scrape on it. This is taking the place of the hillbilly cooking episode, which I ain't gonna be doing a whole lot of those. So there you go, right there.
You can make your tripod out of about 3 sticks and some string.
That right there, it makes it taste kind of like French toast.
Oh man, what you talking about?
Hey, Barry.
Yeah.
Tell Will it grow. I appreciate it if they spelt my name right.
You see how he calls my name, don't you?
I can see how them Yankees up there they can't spell worth a damn. So what what else can you say about it? That's why they just about barely did lose the war between the states. It's just about dead.
Oh, look at that.
You want to buy it?
Oh,
Here comes a plane. Open wide. You getting there.
Daddy, that was my nose. Now my nose is cold.
I look like rust in the cup.
All right, that's all I'm going to tease you. I'm going to jump down now and finish this. I'm going to have my way with the rest of this ice cream and cinnamon. So
that could get personal. So you probably should just
I wouldn't. Nobody wants to see it. No way.
could get personal. It's going to get personal. Y'all be good.
All right. See you.
Cinnamon on vanilla ice cream. I guess it's okay. I never tried it. I can't say much about it either way.
Hey, there's Angel right there. Hello, Angel. Welcome in. I'm glad. I thought you were going to sleep. I'm glad you stopped in, though. maybe she's gonna go to sleep to our silliness.
I'm gonna click my camera off because nobody needs to see my face. I don't need to impress nobody. They can look at my icon or not.
Oh Lord, he needs some private time with his ice cream. Yeah,
Well, at least he's decent enough to keep it private.
right.
Uh-huh.
Always showing respect now,
Yeah.
We can still be silly and show respect.
Yeah.
Debbie
Well,
Howard, thank you for stopping in.
looking at.
I've been listening to the International Space Station when it flies overhead
In your dreams or just actually doing it?
on the radio. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're
Four-
not bad at it.
437.800. Of course, it's only for a few, maybe a minute, because I'm not set up to follow it with a dish, but doing pretty good to pick it up on a vertical antenna.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, oh man, it came in like you and I talking on the radio.
Hmm.
It was pretty impressive. There was a pileup. I mean, just everybody decided they wanted to call the ISS at the same time. It was a mess.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, they're split now. They transmit to the ISS on 2 meters, and then they receive on 70 centimeters.
Hmm.
But you got to catch them when they're flying over your area. Now, that video I did the other day when they flew over, they were actually down in the southern part of Kentucky.
Hmm.
And I still picked it up, but it was really bad. It was just a bad copy. I was doing good to hear a few words, and of course,
Yeah.
they're moving at 11,000 miles per hour or something like that, and it's hard to keep up with. Once they're gone, it's that window closes.
Quick. Yeah.
Yeah, but still pretty impressive. The radio has a fairly decent signal meter on it, and it was showing at least 8 out of 9. Not too bad. No, I've got a satellite dish out here. One day I might get a wild hair and fix that up to follow it. Right. Yeah, if I could follow it by hand, that would be good enough. Not best, but
Yeah, I've seen them guys have it rigged set up that pick
I
that
would.
stuff up.
Yeah, I'd have to redneck it. I can't afford all that equipment.
Yeah, that's too much stuff to fool with just to pick up one certain thing. That's no matter how interesting it is, but
Will Crow asks what your favorite movie of all time is, sir.
what are you writing a book?
It might be.
Pee-wee's Playhouse. Little House on the Prairie. God, people up north so nosy. They want to know all your personal stuff, what movies you like and everything. Movies. What is a movie? I've heard it talked about quite a bit, but I've never seen one before. We hillbillies. We don't got such time as that. Oh boy, no, I
Yeah,
didn't do.
is
I
this
had,
your
I pulled around outside down at Liberty for a little bit, visited the kids and stuff, and went to the park and hung out most of the day.
John seems to think you're out of line.
When you were sitting out there, it wasn't, you always talk about the wind being cool today. It wasn't too bad if you were sitting directly in the sun. I mean, but you got in the shade somewhere, it was a little bit, Of course, I had a sweater on. It wasn't too bad, but there were people out there running around playing basketball stuff. My grandson, he's out there playing, shooting some ball, and there are people over playing baseball, and there at Gateway Park, it was quite a bit of people out there.
What? Wait a minute. Let me. What? Who's got a potty mouth dropping F-bomb on the channel?
Who's doing that?
I mean, that's up to however they want to run their channel. That's fine, but there's a few prepping channels I can't go to. They were forever in an angry mood. I don't like. I can't be around people who are angry all the time. I mean, just for real angry, just mad at the world.
Now like they would be lucky. It should be paying me to even come to their channel, much less I had to put up with their cussing. I'm not going to do that.
Kind of reminds me of the dude on Channel 4, GMRS, but he sounds like he's angry at everything.
Mm-hmm.
The one on side by sides.
Yeah. I ain't got time to pull that such nonsense. Yeah, you got them out there. That's for sure. They are definitely out there. And the sad part about that, Barry, is that people are so stupid they'll follow them every time.
Yeah. Okay, I figured it was Hungry Pepper you were talking about. I wasn't quite 100% sure on that, but yeah, he pissed at everything. It seems like. I'd rather watch Canadian Prepper, and I'm not too keen on him either.
Yeah.
Puffing her chest out for no good reason. And nobody's threatening them, so I don't know why they have to be so, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of BS anyway.
Well, I know a lot of people who've seen things, but they're not like that.
No, that ain't no excuse.
Yeah, some people handle that kind of stuff differently. I don't think
being in the military don't make you that way. I know a whole lot of people, and they don't act nothing like that. Them idiots. And another thing too, you don't get on there and advertise where you served at. A lot, 99% of them don't even talk about it. So if you hear anybody on there saying I was this and that, they're full of crap. I know a bunch of them was in Vietnam, and they don't talk about it. They don't even say what they've done.
Well, a lot of them don't want to relive that.
Well, they ain't bragging. They don't want to brag about it. They don't want to sound like they're bragging, which is exactly what it is. They're bragging. And Navy SEALs are not going to get on there and say, "Oh, I was a Navy SEAL." They don't do that.
Or I was a sniper. Yeah.
Yeah, or I would. Yeah, if I was a sniper, you definitely don't do that because you automatically got a wanted anyway. Snipers are hunted, but that's just the way to go. What I mean, that's how I look at it anyway. Everybody got their own opinion, but they signed when they joined up for the service. Here's how I look at it. When I signed up and joined EMS and the fire department, I signed across there, and I know what I was getting into when I done it. And the same thing goes with anybody in the military. They know what they're getting into, and there's no sense of bragging about it. But that's just my opinion. I'm not putting them down or anything. I'm just saying, it is what it is. I got a lot of good friends that was in the military, but I never hear him talking about it. Even if they wouldn't, and they just served during peacetime, they still didn't talk about what they done.
Hugo said there are the ones that wear a baseball hat with it on their forehead and asked me about my service time 30 years ago. And yeah, we've got all kinds of respect for anyone who did serve. I've got all kinds of respect for people who served, but I'm just like Randall. I've never heard a single one brag about their time in the service, no matter what branch they went into. My brother was in the military. He was in the Army, 82nd Airborne. You will not hear him talk about it. And
the way I look at it, it's nobody's business.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and besides,
and I don't ask him.
And I know people say, "Well, that's not the same thing," but in a way, it is. When I was on EMS, when I come home after a shift, I didn't talk about what I'd seen to nobody. You know why? Because they wouldn't understand it.
Yeah.
They would not understand it. And it's the same thing with the military. If you've been through the shit, coming and talking to Joe Blow on the street, they just don't get it.
Yeah. Angel said my late husband didn't like to discuss it. Yeah.
No, there's a lot of things that I did. There's a lot of things even to this day I have not talked to anybody about. Because who are you going to talk to unless it's somebody that's already done it and been through it? That's the only ones you can talk to. And then you don't talk much. You just kind of casually just mention it and go on. Because if you talk about it too much, you start thinking about it. And when you start thinking about it, you start getting depressed. That's how it works. I mean, it's a process you got to go through, but
there you go.
You find him anywhere, Barry. I don't know. To each his own.
You see what John said?
They won't get there and brag about it. That's their business, I guess.
Well, Gross says, thank you for your service as EMS. Much respect.
I don't need no thanks for it. No thanks at all. But when I signed them papers, that it was just, just a thing. I appreciate it, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. I have thanked a few, but they were in my family. but I knew the backstory. They're gone now. A lot of my family went to the Air Force.
There's a lot of veterans that go to my church, old veterans, and they don't wear their hats. But there was one, he's passed away now, but he did. He wore his hat quite a bit. But that's different, But there's a lot of VA. There's a lot of people go to VA that does that, and it is something to be proud about, But you know, you got that Canadian prep and all that. They just, I don't know.
I don't know what they're angry about. That's what just gets me about people like that. I don't understand what they're angry about all the damn time.
It's not that. It's not because whatever they've been through, whatever. No, it ain't that. It's just personal. Their personal life. They're angry at the world because they figured the world owes them something. They don't owe them jack. They're big boys. They put their pants on one leg at a time, and they need to grow up. Grow up. It ain't a hard thing to do.
We're supposed to have. We were apparently hit with a pretty good geomagnetic storm today, and
I think I was listening to the AM radio, Barry. You mentioned that, and it was acting funny. The AM radio going down the road.
Yeah, it will.
It was making some kind of, I can't explain it now, noise, real staticky noise in there.
HF and satellite communications are supposed to be affected by it, and it was a G5, or G4, which is the numbers go from 1 to 5, so 5 being the worst. We were at a G4, and lots of protons in this one.
It wasn't.
So,
it wasn't.
Not
it wasn't
just
one. Is it? It wasn't one, Barry. It was two.
Yeah, I understand that. I was getting to that, but
okay. I'm sorry.
The HF communications, satellites, and some other services can be affected by it. So, AEM is considered a part of the HF band, although a lot of people don't look at it that way. But it kind of makes me want to go over and get the shortwave. But unfortunately, when I bring it next to the computer, it goes nuts. So it would be kind of pointless. I reckon the power supply on this laptop is dirty. It puts out a lot of hash.
Yeah.
But I was getting to was that they said that they would not be surprised if the Aurora Borealis didn't reach as far south as Alabama.
Huh.
Yeah.
This is about to. It's going to be highly disrupted.
Too good. No, we're not in the path of the eclipse. We're right on the edge of it. So
yeah, we're 90%.
Yeah, so
we're 90%.
We might see. It might get a little dark here, but we're not going to see.
People need to pay attention to that eclipse. Do some research on it.
Hey, Laura, how you doing from Hedgehog's Homestead? Good to see you in here tonight. Angel's right in the path of it. It's right on the edge of Kentucky. I'm not 100% sure what the coins on the graves mean for veterans that passed, but I think it kind of goes along with the sort of a penny for your thoughts kind of thing. Pennies could have a date on them too, so that might be something to consider. That, but I'm not 100% sure on how that. Because I've seen the same thing up in Cleveland when I lived up there. They would be coins and flowers and stuff on the veteran's grave. Yeah, isn't that wild? There's a comet, and then if that wasn't enough, they're also talking about a major CME, coronal mass ejection, the same day as the eclipse and the the comet. I'm like, wow. Well, let's throw everything at us all at once.
Everybody can do the research on that April the 8th. There's all kinds of videos out on it. Some of them is BS, and there's some, but the rest of them are pretty good. And I've been doing my own research, but I know all about this back in December, and I know exactly when I seen it, what it was. But I won't go into that. Everybody has to make their own mind up on that. But anyway, if this don't get people to thinking, then nothing else will. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm going to be out there videotaping it. Sure will.
The Homestead Aquarius, this is when they released the zombies, probably.
Well, it's going to go right over across right there at the New Madrid fault line. So, and back in 1811, 3 days after it happened, then they had that major earthquake, and it crosses right smack dab in the middle, right there where the New Madrid fault line's at, right, Johnny on spot. The comet, it's nicknamed the Devil's Comet. It only happens every 70 years. And you'll be able to see it in the moon's shadow crossing in front. There's somewhere right there. And all the planets will be directly in line when that happens. Even the comet will be in line with all the other planets at the same time. It's very interesting and eye-opening and unusual. So
let's see what we can hear without getting a copyright strike. Let's start at the bottom of the dial at 520. Yeah, I'm getting interference off the laptop, and it's like 2 feet away from it.
I'm getting some stuff. I got mine on in there in the other room where I can hear it, but it sounds like there's something in there, but it ain't. But yeah, back on it.
He's not even speaking English.
Now watch it down. Oh, mercy.
That's not very clear, I can tell you that.
No.
All right. That's freaky there. Was that what you're hearing, or
No.
I think that's my internet.
No, it don't sound like it. But it might. What frequency you on?
AM 1580.
AM 1580.
It's aliens. Aliens calling us. First contact. Oh, that's freaky. Never heard anything like that in my life on radio.
Yeah.
We've always had Nashville coffee. Now we're doing it on FM.
And the interference is ridiculous.
Yeah.
According to a recent Indeed survey, mix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today. We're not.
Yeah.
Well, spend 101. It's not the NCAA. Earn up those personal ratings.
The noise floor certainly is higher, so it is being
Mhm.
affected.
It's affecting it. Just not to be aggravating is what it is.
Lead masonry specialist.
I wonder if
Oh, wow. Backlight on this radio is so dim.
Ticketforweightloss.com. That's lessons. Ticketforweightloss.com.
yeah.
I'll actually read to you what Shawnee asked what G5 will do. Yeah. So the G5 geomagnetic storm, if it's a G5, is considered extreme or severe, and it could totally wipe out communications, and it doesn't matter what kind of communications it is. Cell phones, satellites, shortwave radio.
Mm-hmm. It ionizes the atmosphere is what basically what it does. It just ain't nothing getting through. Ground. The only thing that'll work would be landlines. If that'd be about it.
As long as as long as the landlines aren't dependent on the internet some way, shape, or form, then
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
yeah, because
Well, I'm basically these fiber optics might be affected, but the regular old style lines shouldn't be. If there's any of them left. Depends
so
on
we'll look at the chart from never a straight answer. I'm sorry, NASA. Never a straight answer.
Oh, never.
Geomagnetic storm scale G1 power systems, weak power grid fluctuations can occur. Other systems affected would be migratory animals are affected at this and higher levels. Aurora is commonly visible at higher latitudes. So people like Maureen up in Canada. G2 is power systems. High latitude power systems may experience voltage alarms during long duration. See, they've got this pale print. It's hard for me to read it. Let me try that again. Power systems. High latitude power systems may experience voltage alarms. Long duration storms may cause transformer damage. Other systems affected during a G2, HF radio propagation can fade at higher latitudes, and auroras have been seen as far 55 degrees geomagnetic latitude, which is. Let me get my glasses. I'm trying to read this, and that's got to be the lightest font I've ever seen in my life. G3 affects voltage corrections may be required. False alarms triggered on some protection devices. Other systems affected by G3, intermittent satellite navigation and low frequency radio navigation problems may occur. HF radio may be intermittent, and aurora has been seen at 50 degrees geomagnetic latitude. All right. Glasses on makes it a little easier. G4 power systems, possible widespread voltage control problems, and some protective systems will mistakenly trip out key assets from the grid. So key assets are going to be your substations.
Mm-hmm.
Other systems, induced pipeline currents affect preventative measures. HF radio propagation sporadic. Satellite navigation degraded for hours. Low frequency radio navigation disrupted, and aurora has been seen as low as 45 degrees geomagnetic latitude. Again, like I said tonight, it's been rated at a G4, and they were expecting people like Alabama and Georgia to be able to see the auroras. So if it's not cloudy, take a look towards the north, folks. It was cloudy before the sun went down, so I don't hold a whole lot of hope for us to see it. But I don't know. It might. Now, G5 is extreme. Power systems, widespread voltage control problems, and protective system problems can occur. Some grid systems may experience complete collapse or blackouts. Transformers may experience damage. Other systems affected or pipeline currents can reach hundreds of amps. Remember, when you're carrying flammable liquids through a pipeline, the last thing you want to happen is build up hydrostatic electricity. That's how things explode. HF or high frequency radio propagation may be impossible in many areas for 1 to 2 days. Satellite navigation may be degraded for days. Low frequency radio navigation can be up for hours, and aurora has been seen at 40 degrees geomagnetic latitude. When they talk about low frequency radio navigation, now not only are they talking about the beacons, but they're also talking about speaking with sending data to the submarines, because they do use low frequency radio to send information back to the submarines. But if that is the case, then what they'll do as a secondary option is they'll put an aircraft in the sky, and that aircraft will circle around where that submarine and its general area, and they'll transmit. Basically, they're a repeater, and they're just taking those commands are being sent, and it's usually a string of numbers and letters, encrypted, and it's a one-time card. These people will know what to look for in that submarine. They'll say, okay, we need to use this card. It's basically a decoder, and it's a one-time thing, and once it's used up, they throw it away, they burn it up or whatever. So yeah, you lose that, you better hope you're not in a war, because yeah.
It's always under lock and key to start with.
Mm-hmm.
The cards they're in a snap open container, and they're under lock and key with 2 keys. The captain and the second has it.
One thing I didn't try was shortwave. Let's try.
I wasn't picking anything much. I just seemed like just normal noise.
Let's try lower frequency is nighttime, so we'll try 5,000. And I'm gonna need my glasses for this too.
When I look at my helicopter, I have to put my glasses on. I can't even see nothing on
And my scanner's locked on, nothing right now.
I ain't heard the aircraft for quite a while. I ain't heard, well, since I've been in this afternoon, I haven't heard any railroad or aircraft that I can remember.
Thought I had all these on preset, but I guess not.
Well, there we go. There's one. Made a liar out of me.
I'm not picking up Fort Collins at all.
They are hard to get sometimes. It depends. I got them wrote down where I got them.
Well, I got to cheat. I could cheat. Let's just go to an SDR. How about that? I'm going to show you all something that's pretty cool. If you ever wanted to mess with a shortwave radio without buying one, let me show you something that's really cool. And I know I've talked about this before on here, but I want to show you all how to use one. So let me go to my bookmarks page here. Kiwi SDR. And I'm going to put the address to this down in the chat. And if y'all want to play along with us, you can. So I'm not sharing that, am I? Let's try sharing that first, huh? Okay, so I'm going to share this page first, and then when I pick one out of the list, I'll have to open that one up in a separate share window. Okay, so we have one from Jersey, United Kingdom. We have another one from Maryland, Dayton, Ohio, Coventry Township, Ohio. I've been there before. Let's just scroll down. We got a Northern Kentucky one. Let's try that. And let's see. I don't think it's going to share that window, so I probably have to go back in to share. Remove that one. Why did it do that? Stop screen. Okay. Let's present a new window. Kiwi SDR. Okay. You can see that, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll click on the button right there in the middle. And right off the bat, we hear that is the atomic clock in Fort Collins, Colorado. Coming in pretty good. That's Lexington. No, it's Northern Kentucky, so probably Covington.
At the tone, 2 hours, 48 minutes. Coordinated Universal Time.
Would have been nice if we caught it right when they were given the geomagnetic outlook. You can hear that.
Do. I don't know how often they do. I don't know how often they do that during a cycle.
I think they might give it at the top of the hour, or at midnight, actually. Well, I heard something else in there, didn't you?
It sounds like it.
Is that loud enough, or?
Well, it probably could be a hair higher.
I could change that. So you go over here and it says audio, and you click on the audio button, and it says volume.
That's about good for this purpose.
Oh, it didn't sound quite right there. That tick was a little off. I'll look up. Let's see. Nighttime. Military. HF.
At the tone, 2 hours, 50 minutes. Coordinated Universal Time.
I know some people be put to sleep by a clock. I don't know why.
I used to sit back in the day and have it running, just leave it on there all night. Well, I remember doing that before.
There's CHU Canada. Oh, you can't listen to that loud because it'll pierce your freaking ears.
CHU Canada, temps universel coordonné, 2 heures, 51 minutes, 2 hours, 51 minutes.
All right. Yeah. So let me turn that down just a bit. You're drowning me out. I don't remember what RMI is, but they're probably playing something that's copyrighted. Can't you stop? You're just a pain in the butt tonight, aren't you? Somebody wants attention. I'm gonna try to get off that. Let me see. 6606. Nothing tonight. 3303. Yeah, something real weak in there. How about the buzzer? Wonder if they could pick it up from Northern Kentucky. That'll be a no.
If it was directed towards our area, our place, or our neck of the woods, then we probably could have. But it's not pointed in that direction.
Yeah, there's no military talking right now. Which, of course, when you're doing a live stream, you don't know if you're going to catch them or not because it's random when they broadcast orders.
Yeah, they're not in there very long anyway.
I'm going to try a different country here. How about Germany? See how that fares for us tonight. Ow. Well, that hurt my ears.
La musica indipendente, siamo nella parte finale, ancora un paio di cose da ascoltare, ad esempio il singolo di Serena Skintu.
Oops. Of course, they're playing music, right?
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes. So we're on a German receiver right now. We should be able to hear the Russian buzzer. There it is.
That's who I thought it was directed at.
What's that?
It was directed towards that area of the planet. That buzzer, they got that pointed directly at Ukraine and Germany and all that.
Mm-hmm. We got people over there. Hey, good morning to you, Verna Cordon. Always good to see you in here. Hope all is well in the Philippines. Hey, Gardening Warrior. I was looking at the SDR radio. I wasn't really looking at the chat, so I apologize if I missed anything.
I ain't got mine on my comments. I'm still looking at private chat. Hoping something will turn up. Yeah, you know what? Their SDR is pretty cool. You know, because
I've toyed around with the idea of buying one. I saw one for $40, and I considered picking one up. Of course, yeah, it ties in, it plugs right into your USB on your computer, but you got to remember too that power goes out, you're not necessarily even gonna have your laptop. The laptop battery
no,
in this thing it sucks.
that's why I didn't even consider it, because you know it wouldn't be something that would be practical under circumstances right now. But it is cool to have. I mean, you know, I see what you're talking about. You know, and for that price, you can't beat it. I mean, you know, for what it is.
It seems to get pretty good reviews. But you can't beat a physical radio.
No, you can't beat it. I guess that's my pet peeve. I got to have something that I can put my fingers on and move it around, whatever. You know, but I'm not knocking that SDR at all. Just another tool, but you know.
Hmm. Yeah, so the buzzer's going to continue to buzz, and there's been some people trying to jam it. And they're not successful because they don't realize that it actually transmits in sideband. So
Yeah.
pretty hard to jam sideband. Oh, yeah, Vernon says it's been hot there. It was fairly decent here today. I liked it. I was out there
It's
messing
pretty
around
tough.
out in the yard, and
Yeah, it was pretty tolerable today. I've got my ground all plowed up, and
oh, good.
I ain't got it. Of course, It's gonna be a little, maybe about another week or two, maybe three. Then I'll have it cultivate, you know, tilled in. But I still got to get my rototiller running. Put me a new plug in it. Hopefully that'll take care of the situation.
Yeah, Shawnee, I agree. It can be creepy.
Yeah, it's creepy. But at the same time, it's kind of interesting just to listen to it, to know where it's coming from, you know, and being able to hear it, and I guess be a part of it, or you know, listening to it.
This seems like how the next war games get started. Soon Barry will get a message in DOS on his computer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, the Russian buzzer, that's where it's from. It's from Russia. Of course, they deny it. They won't deny it. They won't admit it. So it's
Well, yeah,
been
common sense. Common sense tells you it's them doing it.
comes from the Cold War, back when
Yeah.
they were called USSR, and it's been joined, but they got two or three more signals on the air besides the buzzer now. New stations popped up.
I tried picking them up here, but I can't get them.
I can't either. I've only been able to pick up the buzzer one time, and that's when I took that radio outside. I got away from the power lines up at the top of the hill. Man, it was still a little rough copy, but I was still able to hear it. It just wasn't great. It wasn't like trying to listen to WHAS.
If I wanted to invest in a better shortwave antenna system outside, I probably could got it better. But with this little line wire, it ain't gonna cut it. Just pick something like that up. Too far away.
I've been watching some videos, and people are catching some voice transmissions on it. They'll cut the buzzer off, and you'll hear them give out some codes, and then as soon as they're done with that, they shut. They go back to the buzzer again. So buzzer is treated like a marker, a channel marker, or the edge of the band type marker. But then when they need to use it for contacting whoever it is they're talking to, it's used as a one-way communication. Only
the other people, when they hear it, they know when to listen to it, and when the information comes through there, there's no need of acknowledging it. They already might know. What it is.
They know it's for them. They know what it's about, and it's a one-time use card. Use it once and destroy it.
Eat it, whatever. You have to eat it, comrade. You have to eat it. Cardinal.
Typing is hard, yes.
Oh, boy. I know one thing, not changing the subject, but daggone pollen is working on me.
Yeah, me too. Ugh. Worst part is when I hate to get graphic, but when it starts draining through your throat, coughing, gagging, and everything.
You can see it on the car hood. And when you see it on the car hood, it's bad.
Yeah.
Little green film, like a little green powder, or kind of a yellowish green.
You ever seen it blow off of this evergreen up here, or not evergreen, the cedar tree up here?
I can't remember.
I did that. There's some years where that thing is just loaded with pollen, and the wind will blow, and it would just pour off of there like a cloud. And I'm like, yeah, I'm staying in while it's doing that because I know I'll be sneezing my brains out if I step out there while it's blowing all that pollen everywhere. It has
Well, there
actually
was
been
a
that
mask
bad.
on, maybe.
Yeah,
You put a mask on.
hazmat suit. Yeah. So maybe next live stream, I'll have a wire run outside for my shortwave, and I can get some of that interference was from my equipment here, and if I can, I've got plenty of coax. I could probably run some out there, run a long wire along the fence or something. It would make a big difference. And I won't put it in the backyard. I tried that one time, and the power lines were interfering. Heard all day long. Couldn't pick up anything. Boy, when those power lines will sing when it's hot. I know you've heard that on the CB.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like cicadas in your radio. Thank you, Shawnee. I've heard it over the years. you get kind of used to the nuance of a radio after a while, after several years of using like CBs and stuff. It could, when something unusual comes across, you could pretty much say, well, I've heard all the other kinds of interference, and this is something new. And you could say, yeah, that's the new one on me. I haven't never heard that kind of noise before. I know a while back, Randy and I believe, I think Eugene might have been on it. No, this is before Eugene got one. We heard that noise in there, and almost wiping each of us, both of us out from hearing each other. And it was on the CB then. Um,
Yeah.
we heard a little bit of it on the GMRS, but not nearly as bad as we did on the CB.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's something running back there, just kind of a cross between Morse code and machinery is the best way I could describe it. Very odd.
Yeah, I say we're gonna probably hear a lot of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
In the not too distant future.
Yeah, this I don't want to bore some of our non-radio people out there, but it's something that's I've been wanting to talk about more about radio on here, and of course any questions anyone has, I'm going to try to do my best to answer them, and I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it, but like Randall, I've been doing this since I was a kid. And I don't think any piece of paper out there, or any license or permit or certificate is going to validate years of experience of just messing around with this stuff. I could speak just for myself. I can't really speak for Randall. He's been in radio for a long time too, but I live and breathe it. I mean, like when I'm not watching videos about radio on YouTube, I'm looking stuff up. I'm looking for something new, something that I've never heard of, or there's some new phenomena heard on the shortwave spectrum, and it piques my interest. And I'll tire myself out trying to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
It just I must be kin to Marconi. I don't know. I don't know what else. you know, I don't know what else to say. It's just it's a passion of mine. Radio is a passion, and that's why I say I can really say I don't. Well, no, I can't really say I don't have a TV in my house. I do, but it's blown up, and I really don't care. Yeah, I mean, Laura, there are times. I mean, CB and shortwave and even scanners can you can hear something just out of the ordinary. And you know that, like, if you've done it as long as we have, that okay, that's not normal, and it that right there
Yeah.
grabs my attention. It's like if you look up in the sky and you see something flying up there that you've never seen before, it piques your interest, right? Whether you have an interest in UFOs or aircraft, it still gets your attention. And I'm that way with radio. When I hear something that stands out and really grabs my attention, that's it. I'm focused on that until I figure out what it is. And I don't always get the answer. Uh, and I've got a notebook. I'm going to start using it because there are times when you pick something up and you're like, well, you forget to record it. But if I could just write it down, I'll look for it again.
Yeah, that stuff on the CB is, which I haven't heard it in a little bit, but it was unusual to be back in there in the background. That it was something out of the ordinary from regular skip noise. It was unusual, and it was really noticeable. If, like Barry said, if you've been around, been doing it for a while, you know all the noises that you hear on there from day to day, and you know what skip sounds like, and what it does and everything like that. And when all of a sudden you hear something back in there that it, it catches your attention very quickly. And at first you don't really pay much attention to it. Then when you continually hear it day after day, then there's something else going on. I think it's climate change. I don't know. I can't swear on it, but I believe it's climate change. I'm going to blame it on climate change.
Starship, the
Really,
band.
really, well, just on CBs, you hear things on shortwave that, you know, that is weird, but a lot of that can be explainable, but just like Barry said, you look up in the sky and you see an object flying across that you've never seen before. It catches your attention, especially when you live in an area like we do that constantly sees aircraft flying over, and you know what they look like and what stands out from anything else. And or like you'll be driving down the road and you're used to the road being clear, uh, and no debris on it, and then just as soon as there's a little piece of cloth laying on the road, you automatically see it. You know, that's basically a good example, but not the best. But you know, hope everybody's writing this down because I ain't gonna repeat myself again. Oh, yeah, you know, I enjoy 4 hours radios. Not, I don't do as much as I used to, but I still got everything hooked up, and all I have to do is walk over and turn it on and go at it. But my scanning radio, it's gone. It goes off 24/7. It's never shut off. Never.
Laura said,
huh?
Laura said, yeah, Carol, just like when we talk about our kids and the sounds that they make. How about cats or dogs? So you just mop the floor in the kitchen and you hear, and you're going, no, no, no. You're trying to run to get them out the door or something. Yep.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like. Oh, that daggone cat puked in the floor again. You know exactly what it is. Yeah, I need to put some more frequencies in my scanner. I got a bunch of them broke down. I just ain't never got around to put any more in there.
Yeah.
I don't want to put no GMRS frequencies in there because if I do, if I key my walkie up, it's going to bleed. It's going to squeal through my scanner. That's why I hadn't done it yet. But yeah, my scanner radio, it's never shut off unless the electric goes off, you know, something like that.
Oh no. Oh, that's awful. Yeah. Bubba loves that chair though. He loves his daddy, that's for sure. Happy anniversary. What's your all's anniversary? Happy anniversary to Laura and Chris, Hedgehog's Homestead. Here's to many more years. That's awesome. There's a
how many years? How many years?
She didn't say.
Didn't say. Okay. During the wintertime is when I really get into radio, the shortwave, quite a bit, but I do it during the summer. Of course, this is going to be the first year I've had everything hooked up with an outside antenna. Last year I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't have nothing hooked up last year, and of course I ain't took it down. I'm gonna leave it like it is. I may move my CB antenna around at some point, but I'll move some stuff around in here. Put a bookshelf in where I can stack my books on it and stuff. But, it's just a thing. I mean, whenever I want to, I can walk in there and just turn it on, listen to it. Sometimes I'll sit in there with a shortwave and on my helicopter and just kind of scan through real slowly. start at the bottom and scan real slow.
You're welcome, Laura. Yeah, yeah. I'm always 6 years together. That's awesome. I hope one of these days we'll get to meet each other since we live so much closer now.
I'll be 40 years in June.
That's awesome.
And I had to think a little bit before I said that because I didn't want to make the wrong mistake and say the wrong number.
Yeah, well, yeah. Get hit upside the head with a frying pan.
Yeah, there's always somebody listening. As that old saying goes, old man on the radio we used to say, there's always somebody listening. Old man. You remember him? What is his name? I forgot his handle on the radio, but the damn Kenny. When he got killed in the fire. Shoeshine. No, it wasn't Shoeshine. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. No, it was Shoeshine that always said that.
There's always somebody listening.
Yeah, I remember him. I remember him vivid. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was Shoeshine, man. He's a character, wasn't he?
Yeah, he used to always say, "There's always somebody listening," and he was right. There was always somebody listening.
Yeah, usually him. Yeah. We lost a lot of good ones over the years. They either died off or they just quit. I know some have moved.
Yeah.
At
the time, I didn't care much for them, but when they were gone, you kind of missed it.
Yeah. Chris, he went by Blade. He's moved to Indiana.
Mm.
I was talking to Brian today. He said he moved up north.
Mm.
That's why I have not heard him. He would have been in there. He would have been in on that mess with the 505 off.
Mm-hmm.
Filled him in on what's going on here because he's got all his radios, but he's not had them hooked up, and he's not in a place where he can hook them up. So
yeah,
there's a lurker, a froggy lurker, the Homestead lurker Aquarius. I'd like to be able to I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it, but I'd like to be able to, one thing I like to do is get a swivel chair and another camera that I can switch to and then have my radios lined up where I could mess around with them on a live stream and show how they operate and what we could pick up around here.
I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff on the airport frequency or air frequency. Crazy people flying and flying.
Yeah.
You kind of wonder.
You're absolutely right, Laura, and that is something we need to remember too if we're going to use communications in a SHDF type situation. Always remember there's going to be somebody out there with a radio too. So they didn't make just one radio. Man, they're getting cheaper. with more features. They're getting cheaper with more features now. Oh wow! Did you hear that jet? Ooh! like he,
Oh,
sound like he hit the air brakes. Whoa!
I've heard them come across here. It sound like if they was reaching down and grabbing another gear. It sound like they had it low bulldog. Where was I at? Oh yeah, I was down to Pearl. Uh, it was probably Monday or Tuesday. No, Wednesday. And there's one Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. Then they're walking around trail, and this plane come over, and it sounded just like it was trying to hit its afterburners or something. This big old airliner. I said, "Oh my God, that thing gonna crash or what?"
Huh. You mean you weren't drinking? Huh.
It's just like a. Let me put in this little out. If I can explain it along marriage like that, it's just like a pair of jeans. This is like a pair of blue jeans that you like wearing a lot. Yeah, it might have a couple of holes in the knee, but it feels so good to put them things on. You know, it's basically like that. You hate to get rid of them. I don't know if that's correct analogy or not, but
No, that's pretty good. I have
or
to agree with that.
you can even go a little step further. An old pair of underwear you just like wearing. You know, it make the elastic might be out of it mostly and everything, but you know, rinse and rinse and reuse. You know, well, it don't seem that long, but it is. But it really don't seem that long. Ugh. I ain't gonna get mushy on. I ain't gonna get on her and start talking mushy about it, but it is what it is. I gotta have some of my manly qualities left.
Right?
Yeah.
Verna's checking in. She's still here listening, doing her laundry. Remember to hydrate, Verna. Take breaks. Don't overdo it in that heat. I'm sure you know that though. It's just cool enough you need heat.
Yeah. A lot of them times there we was married, half the time I wasn't even home. I'd be gone almost a week at a time, just about. I get so quick. on the gummy. She's chewing them CBD gummies.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Aiden, Eric, welcome in. Good evening. I like to say that I did my best in both of my marriages, but yeah, it's I don't know.
Well, yeah,
I still feel like I could have done more, but that one. Yeah, I'm not going to go into details, but I mean, one of them was, I think, totally out of my control. I certainly felt like I was giving my all, though.
oh, blame it on the menopause. Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to go there.
While you at it, won't you just blame it on the dog and be done with it? Blame it
My
on
cat,
the dog.
my cat did it. I know he did. He's got that look on in his eye.
Yeah,
I'm sure
blame it on the cat.
I'm gonna blame next time I rip one. I'm gonna blame it on the cat. He's
Yeah,
sitting
that's
right
what I was
here,
getting ready to say.
sitting right
Far-
behind the laptop. You hear a noise, I'm gonna blame it on Dark Paw.
Mhm. Yeah.
Trish, I could say my second one was a nightmare. But there's two good things came out of it, and that's my daughters. And my son and daughter from the first marriage, yeah, those are four good things came out of both. Mm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't.
that's too much info right there.
I ripped a sticky one in front of. Yeah, it's like something you'd do, neighbor. I rip one in front of a big fan at work.
Well, that why not? It's their turning. Why not do it? It seemed good idea at the time. Let it circulate.
There you go, Aiden here. There's the Dark Paw. I wish I could show you why he's called the Dark Paw, but he does have a thumb, or what looks like a thumb on his back paw. My camera's gonna act up. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you can just see my mouth. He's a pretty good boy when he's asleep, aren't you? Actually, Aiden here, my youngest daughter, this is her cat. She made a comic, and she had actually made the comic first, and then she got this kitten. She got Dark Paw as a kitten, and she decided to name him Dark Paw after the cartoon that she created.
It's funny how things like that get started in. Let's see if I can ram me up some coffee.
He's a pretty good boy. He just, he wants to fight all the other males. It's typical. So he got into a fight with something and it messed up his ear. We never could get it normal. He's still
Yeah.
a handsome cat. A bit of a troublemaker, but he's all right. I think I'll keep him. See if I can set this back up without making y'all seasick. He's a good one. Got some other ones here. If it wasn't such a dark little hole, I'd take the camera into where the kittens are. Would I try a different ear medicine? I've been through 3 already. Seems to still be getting. And look, he's getting into fights. Yeah, I love Dark Paw too. That's he knows when I'm getting ready for bed, and he'll sit there on this table, wait patiently, and then when I now Darkpaw doesn't have a kid named Luke, but he's got a owner named Lily. That's my youngest daughter's name. Lily and Sunshine. Lily and Sunshine. It was just we never considered that until later. Somebody pointed it out that the Sunshine makes lilies grow, and we're like, wow, yeah. We never even put the two together until someone pointed that out. He's gonna go off and probably make his rounds, and what he doesn't know is one of the boys he doesn't get along with is in the house right now. Hopefully he doesn't figure it out, because then it'll start a big fight. You guys will have to hear cats fighting.
Oh, they'll find each other. They will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also considered setting up a camera just on the radio, just plug the mixing board into the back, the external speaker jack. Just let it record and let it stream like that. I want to do it on a radio that I'm not going to be using it all the time, because I don't know if I want to miss a call or whatever. But I'm just checking the weather camera, see if there's anything in the sky. It's unusual, as far as aurora goes, which might be too early, but never know. It looks cloudy, so probably not going to see anything.
Probably not.
I think I could share this screen. Matter of fact, I know I can. Let me let's see. Go to preview. Windows. Present arms. Yeah. Uh-huh. I hear you, Darkpaw. Used to have a Hemingway cat. He was moody, but was pretty cool. I caught him in the yard. Took me wait to catch him. He was feral. Wow.
What was his first name? Ernest?
Ernest Hemingway.
Was his name Ernest?
I got the exposure turned up, so it's not
He's
sharing.
exposing himself.
Browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different screen to see if this. Okay. Well, alrighty then. I guess it does not like. How about an entire screen? We'll try that. Okay, good. Good. That's working. There we go. How about that? You can see the outdoor cam now, can't you?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. I've got the exposure turned up, so it's really not that bright out there. And it's kind of a little bit choppy because I do have everything cranked wide open on that camera. But you can see the cloud cover, so I don't think we're going to see any auroras here.
No, I don't think so.
Unfortunately. And it's not really looking due north. I think you have to be looking more north to see them anyway. The lucky people there in Canada get to see it, and people in Alaska. You see, we already got our bugs. Already got bugs started. They're flying around. At least I hope they're bugs.
Yeah, I was watching that.
You see them lights up there on that ridge, just blazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever that is that little bug or something flying in the same little area.
Yeah, I seen that. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, right there it is.
Weird.
What would it be if it's a bug? Why would it be going around like that in the same spot?
Yeah, exactly.
See that?
Uh-huh. What in the world?
Maybe we're set. Or you don't think it might be something on the lens?
Could be could be a tiny bug on the lens. I never thought about that.
That's what it's kind of looking like. But then again, who knows?
It's in one little corner there. It's moved away from that now. Yeah, it could be a spider making a nest, or not a nest, but a web up there.
Maybe.
But I don't understand what this streak is right here. I've been seeing that on my camera for several weeks now.
Yes, that there, yeah.
No, it's not that comet because my lens isn't that good on that camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out video. I'm gonna videotape that eclipse.
Yeah.
I would break my telescope out and set it up, but I don't know whether I want to fool the trouble or not. But
Ann Haynes is in here. Good evening. Didn't see you come in, but good evening. Welcome in. So your scanner's talking. You must have some things in there that I haven't programmed in mine. Mine's been quiet.
That's airport or aircraft
Yeah. Okay.
frequency. Well, sometimes they'll talk to the airport, but mostly planes. Delta Airlines, and what I heard a minute ago. Yep. 47 degrees. What? Well, this little thing in the corner of the screen is accurate. 47.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Whoop. That was loud, whatever that was. Oh, that's good. That's good. Brings in some coffee. Huh. That was just this beep, 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 whatever that was. Um. Okay. Good night. Good night, Laura. Thank you for stopping in. Yep. Is Randall signaling in Morse code?
Well, at least somebody's paying attention in chat. Somebody's paying attention.
Somebody's always listening.
They ain't falling asleep either. It was like they know what's going on.
Well, of course, the screen's going to be washed out. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't it be?
It's just a bright screen. Is all I can see.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't turn the brightness down on it.
Trish paying attention. I can't get by with anything. I bet if I was to toot one off there, they'd probably hear that too.
It's pretty close to midnight here, 11:49 p.m. So I'm going to probably cut it off at midnight.
3:24:24. Soon to be 3:25.
Yep, 7 a.m. where she's at.
My God, where's she at? Moon?
She just told it the other day, and I didn't make a note of it.
Where do you hang your hat at, Annie? What part of the planet? Turkey. Okay.
Hey, Dudley, I'm glad you're still listening. I'm glad we didn't put you to sleep yet. You know, here's something else too, and this kind of goes back to the conversation earlier about listening to the radio. Now, where in the world are the hams? I go to 2 meters, and I go to 70 centimeters. I don't hear any hams anywhere, even on the calling frequencies. You know,
Yeah.
and they got these repeaters listed on these websites, and I go to every single one, and I listen all day long on one of those channels. I hear a single soul, and I'm like, why are they shoving ham down people's throats
South
when there's
Africa.
nobody to talk to?
Oh, you South Africa. Okay.
They're from South Africa living in Turkey.
But it ain't spelled Turkey like it's a different part of South Africa, I say. Turkiye.
George, Trish says that she's the only one that can board her hubby Dudley, so I probably could if I really got too technical with radio. I probably could put him to sleep for you, Trish.
Turn that Canadian atomic clock channel back on there again.
Yeah.
A little buzzing roll.
I just can't, I can't bring myself to take the test for the ham. I got a radio sitting here that can pick up ham, and I don't hear a single soul on any of those channels. And I'm just like, what's the attraction if nobody uses it? If nobody uses those channels, we'll lose them.
Yeah, they're mostly on low band, low frequency.
FCC will just say, okay, well, you're not using it anymore. We could sell it to internet companies, or we could sell it to, make it a business band or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You use it or lose it.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
I'll
It's already happened.
I'll be listening to shortwave, and there you cut in between channels, you hear them. You got to tune it in, but you'll catch them in there once in a while on the higher frequencies. Sometimes. No, they're not on there much. No, they're not.
Wow. When you talk to yourself. I talk to the cats, but most time it's just me talking to myself. They really aren't paying any attention at all. Kind of like him right now. Let's see here. Of course, the phone locked itself. Let's see. Sit behind.
Sitting there asleep.
Yeah.
What kind of drug do you give that cat?
Well, he had some chicken a while ago.
Oh, that's what does it. He
He
had
had some
glucose.
down too. Yeah, look at him. He's fading. He's fading.
His head is. It's hard. It's all he can do to hold his head up. You'd figure he'd go somewhere and just lay down, but they
Yeah.
don't do it. No, that's too much work. That's too obvious.
Hey, Dark Paw. Why don't you go lay down on the couch? Keep it warm for me.
No, he's in a zone there.
Well, that screen shows up perfectly on here, but it sure won't pick up the walkie-talkie. Huh. Yeah, that's how it is. Let's see. Oh, he's awake now. I guess I made too much noise. Funny looking. Huh. No, I don't go around judging how anyone looks, especially guys. That's just a little weird for me. So you're safe with your assumptions that you're funny looking, Dudley. Trish talks to Magnus most of the time. I do talk to my cats, and a lot of times it's either correcting them or come on, let's go in and get something to eat. They do understand eat. They they understand food. They don't understand no or don't do that.
Yeah.
Magnus drools. Oh, sometimes we're serious about joking. Yeah, sometimes we're just serious about joking. So it sure makes conversation a bit interesting. Well, the way I understand my cats is I could say, "Come on, babies, let's get some food." All I hear is "get food." So their vocabulary is huge. It's just they pick them words out. There's like, oh, he said get food. I understood that part. The rest was like blah, 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 get blah, 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 food. It's, the rest is gibberish. They just pick out the words that are important.
Oh yeah. I'm like that sometimes too. She'll be in the kitchen. I'll be sitting there watching TV. She'll be talking. All of a sudden, I just zone out. Be watching the show or something. Did you hear me? Yeah. You can't, it don't matter.
At that point, she says, "Okay, then what did I say?" And you're like,
Some words.
something.
You said, yeah, you said a lot of words that mean nothing to me. You can call me anytime you want, as long as it's for breakfast, supper, or dinner, or breakfast, dinner, or supper. As long as it's in 3.
No, I hate when either of you drill on me. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Yep, everyone knows now. And it will be forever immortalized on my channel, because my channel keeps the chat along with the replay. So it's here forever until you know I take it down. It's what about Fang. Is this about Fang? Well, kind of. It's Quan Shang. It's a little bit
Chinese.
It's a slight step above the can you focus, camera? It's not. So it kind of resembles a Baofeng, and in essence it's loosely designed off of the Baofeng. But this radio is highly modifiable. You just have changed firmware. Choose what you want it to do, and it'll open up a whole different world. This goes from 18 megahertz all the way up to like 600 gigahertz, or 6 gigahertz, really. 600 megahertz is, I got it wrong still. 6,000 megahertz is 6 gigahertz. So it goes way up there, but you got to do a little modifying to get it there. And I use it for a scanner. I can still use it for a walkie-talkie, but at the moment I've been using it for a scanner. It scans about as fast. I think my scanner scans faster, but it doesn't scan too awful bad. I think I might be able to get it to focus.
That don't work, Trish. You might think it would work, but it won't work. Using your boobs as puppets. It don't work, Trish. Well, Hey, you women know. Let me tell you women a joke. You know why women have boobs? To give us men something to look at when we're talking to you. I seen it on Family Guy.
He's giving all our secrets out on the internet here.
Yeah, Family Guy.
Who grew up with old CB radios? We did. Yeah. I still have a few. Matter of fact, I've got one of the newer radios, which I'm not 100% sold on yet. I got too much stuff over here in the way.
Well, that's true, Annie. We wouldn't hear anything if we wasn't looking at them. So that that's stuff don't work.
Boobies.
You women think you got a monopoly on everything, but you don't.
Oh, for crap's sake.
You think you do, just so we can get supper and things to eat and get our clothes washed. But other than that, really,
It's light on the subject here.
Homestay instead of quarters, and I sense boobs.
There's where CBs are going. They're getting smaller every time I see a new one come out. They get smaller. You practically put that in your back pocket.
I'll say they'd be pretty. They're not doing much wattage. They're not, but if you put a good antenna on them, or I say they do. But I don't know what they're not putting out that many watts. Hey, them ones I was telling you about the other day, man, they're pretty reasonable. I got it saved on my computer. Amazon, you can get them on Amazon.
I need to build it.
In many tones, Aries 2.
I need a better place for this radio and mic. Hey, Cat.
No, I'm not, Carl.
This is not a highway.
I'm not. No, Carl, you're wrong. I'm not feeling the moon.
Hey, Radio Man. Not seen you for a while. Hope all is well. Can't seem to get this camera just right. There we go. Hey, turd. Boy, you just about knocked my mouse off. You got a strong tail there. Hey, you're rotten. You're rotten. You know that? You're rotten. Yeah, you're like a rotten apple. You're rotten. Oh. He knows how to kiss up, don't he? Yeah. Hey. My God, did you just take us out? No. Okay. All right. Dang, Cat. You act like you haven't seen me all day. Go on. Well, you just play with anything. You threw my lighter in the floor a while ago. Good now. Maybe he'll settle down. Yeah, really. That's pretty much what he was saying. Just pet me now. Yeah, long vacation. That's good. It's good for the soul. All right, Ann. Hey, wait a minute, Ann. I need a refill. Oh, dang it. But she's gone already.
There's somebody else is getting the boot. Did someone say boobs?
It's kind of slow to respond. We said that a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Man, you snooze, you lose, even with boobs.
Yeah. Yeah, they said boobs there, Gear, but they didn't really mean it. They use the term boobs because they think men automatically will do anything they tell them to do as long as the word boob is in it. You know, like it's a magic fix all word, you know.
Yeah, well,
Go mow the yard, boob. You know, that's all they think men hear is the word boob. We heard you.
well, I mean, I don't know. Living alone, I might hear the word a little bit louder. You know.
Yeah, well,
Oops, oh yes,
I can
dear.
understand. I can understand all that and all that, but you know, yes, it's true, Trish. You just don't want to admit to it. I'm not, you know, revealing any kind of secrets or anything because I don't know them all. I don't know them all. I'm sure you all have several other weapons you can use. But yeah.
Another bottle of vanilla Coke.
Well, they'll say like, yeah, here's how that women do it if they want you to do something. It'll be like when they want you to take the trash out. They'll say, "Would you please, boobs, take the trash out, please?" And it's like, well, you know, all we hear is the word boob. Yeah, okay. I do it anyway. I take trash out anyway. So
Would you take the boobs? And the rest is it's pretty much
would you
filtered
take
out.
would you take the boob trash out, please? You know. Yeah, like I said though, I take trash out anyway, so that wouldn't work. Now, when I first got married, probably that would have worked, you know, until I got wise to the, you know, everything. But you know, oh, hidden everywhere. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wiley's gonna get in trouble. Calm down, Homestead. We're talking about boobs here. He's looking. There ain't nothing on here, boob. I mean, no, you got me saying boob. I wasn't able to say it.
It makes him trip over it, but yeah, but then it could make a mess if he trips over it, and then you got a mess to clean up.
Yeah.
It looks
yeah.
like trash, climbs over it, and continues.
Yeah, just step over it and keep going. That ain't gonna stop me. Yeah, that don't. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Or they could say, if they wanted a room in the house painted, would you please, boobs, go in there and paint the bedroom for me? They put the boob in there somewhere, like it's gonna do anything.
Today was definitely a nice change. It was warm today, and not as windy, not as like it wasn't gusty. So, because we've been having some gusty winds here. It'll be warm, and then that wind to hit you, and you're standing in the shade, and that's when you realize it's
It
warm.
goes right up your pant leg.
Yeah, yeah. I got a video.
Well, yes, I am. I guess.
I got a video somewhere of where my kitchen window made this freaky sound when the wind was blowing hard here. I'll have to find that sometime. I don't know if I can make a short of it or not, but I'll see what I could do with it. It was kind of funny, and it was at that little window above the kitchen sink, and it was open just barely enough where the wind would catch it and go, "Ooh!" And I made a comment out loud. I said, "Oh, the wind is talking," and it goes, "Ooh!" And I was like, "Oh my god!" I said, "Ain't no way that happened just now." And I have it on video somewhere in my hard drive.
Oh my God, Trish is locked out. Dudley, unlock my door, please. He's got her locked in.
What kind of foreplay is that?
I don't know. And now, if you put boob in that sentence, now he might unlock the door. Dudley, unlock my boob, my door, please.
Deadly. Boobs wants out. Unlock her door.
Say what I tell you. And they're not as smart now as they thought they were. They're locked in their room. Or are they? He's laughing about it.
Oh, there's consequences if you don't let her out. I'm sure.
That's a good one. That's
Please,
a good one.
please, Dudley. Boobs wants out. Unlock her door.
Yeah.
She did say the magic word. Well, she's probably shaking them from the other side of the door, but see, you have to unlock it to tell if she's shaking them or not.
She didn't say the magic word. Yeah, but she got to say it in a sentence. She can't just say boob. She got to say it in a sentence. Probably
Well,
go pee.
You feel funny if she ripped out one of the windows and came through the front door after you.
Probably got to go pee.
Oh, well, look at this. Had to let her out like a sandwich. Yeah.
Yeah, that's that day. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're learning. Yeah. Next time she'll take the key with her, won't she? Mm-hmm.
We have no way to confirm this now, do we?
No, there's no way to confirm it. We just have to take his word on it.
As I said, everybody's into different things, and if that's your foreplay, I mean, who am I to say anything?
Yeah.
You would hear me yelling. Well, if you're my neighbor, I might. I might take you where the guy across the street playing his country music too loud. I'll just say, well, that's wailing guitars and twanging banjos.
Look at her, slide lock, no key. Good thing I didn't need to pee. Oh, I guess you just had to pee in your pants, I guess. Peanut butter jelly time.
There's ISS.
I think we're venturing into uncharted territory.
It's the International Space Station.
Huh.
It's fixing to fade.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Oh, wow. Someone keyed up just to cough over the radio. And brilliant. Yeah, that's it.
That's
She's
pretty good there
gone.
for a little bit. That's pretty loud.
Yeah. She's gone. She's moved on. Yeah. Yes, that was the International Space Station. Getting some calls from ham operators here on Earth. All right, Ann. Thank you for stopping in. Enjoy your time with the feathered ones. Well, if I had that satellite dish set up, I probably could have followed them, but I would have been outside with the camera to do that. Have it open on my laptop where it tracks the ISS across the sky. Aim that dish right at it. Wouldn't be hard to do. Uh, I Deadly, I'm not sure about your terrain, but you know the higher the better. I wouldn't go above no 70 feet though. My antenna is only about 22 feet off the ground right now. I'm using 2 or 3 sections of the chain link fence post, or not the post, but the pole that goes across the top of the fence, and they are tapered on one end, so you can slide them together. Mine are up against the house though, so they, unless you guy them off, they're not going to stand on their own. But they were about $10 when I picked them up. I don't know how much they are now. $10 a piece. And like I said, they're tapered on one end, so they just slide in together. Yum ham. I've seen people use just your run of the mill Dish Network or what's that other satellite company? Oh, he's got one over there, but I can't read it from here. Just have to do a little bit of modification on the. You might take that L and B, the receiver part off that sticks out in front of the dish. You want to take that off. And my plan was just to put a magnet mount antenna right in front of the dish on that pole, that little arm that sticks out in front of the dish, and just start pointing it. All you're doing is pointing. All you're doing is using that dish to direct that signal right to that antenna.
Rude.
How close is the tree to your home there? Yeah, if you go to a junkyard or like some place like that, or a salvage yard, you'll probably find one. Probably find one still stuck on a post. And sometimes you can find somebody who wants to get rid of it. They don't subscribe to the company anymore. Just have the dish on a pole out in their yard. Just ask them if they're used. I guess if it looks like it's not being used.
If it's easy to use, to take it anyway.
Yeah. Well, sure, you'll drag one up from somewhere. What you just heard was that Anytone UHF EHF ham radio that I just showed a few minutes ago. Let's see here. A mouse. For some reason I can't use my mouse with my left hand. That's all I was using to pick it up. Like I said, it would have done a lot better if there was a way to aim the signal. Aim the antenna at the ISS, and it does take. There's a website that you can watch that will show you where it's at in the sky in relationship to where you live. So it does help to have that. And like I said, I'm not even trying to, I'm sitting here in my living room with an antenna 20 foot in the air that does not move. And what you want to do is be able to point it. And that's why I say a dish or even a beam antenna would be better, because you get the ISS up here. You want to point your antenna in that direction. And usually on the vertical. So you have your ISS flying over and you want that vertical, not so much flat, but you want vertical antenna. That's a beam pointing right at the ISS. The ISS will move. So as the ISS flies over, you can kind of use that website as an example of where they're at. You can just kind of point your antenna at it and keep listening to it. And then once it gets over the horizon, you're going to lose it. So it gets over the horizon, it's gone. It's going to come back around. A few hours later, it's going to come back around to the other side of the earth, but it's going to be a little bit further away from you for where it was originally, because its orbit isn't the same path. It's more kind of an elliptical, and gets lower and lower and lower, and then it starts back up higher and higher again. But you got to remember, it takes a while for them, even at the speed they're moving, it takes them a while to make another revolution back around the earth again towards you. Right. No, well, no, not really. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could take just a beam antenna that's made for VHF, UHF, and just point it at them. Hold it in your hand. Have it connected to the radio. Just hold it in your hand and point it at the ISS and pick them up. A lot of people do that. A lot of people tie them to their walkie-talkies. They'll just have a short piece of coax. The shorter, the better, because you're not losing signal. It goes to that beam, and they have the radio tied to the they'll have it tied to the mast of the boom of that beam, and they just hold the thing like a gun and point it at the ISS and just follow it as they're listening. And then, like I said, once it's over the horizon, it's over. You have to wait for the next pass. They will be further away from you, though. So every time that they make that pass over you, they're a little bit further and further and further away until they no longer pass over your part of the United States. What is it? What is it? What do you want? You want love? Is that what's the matter with you? Are you so deprived? Oh.
It's best to do it in a lightning storm. That's when you get the best receive. Because the lightning acts as a natural booster.
Am I going to have to put a safety disclaimer up? So I'm going to give you an example of a good directional antenna.
No, he's just getting the receive off of them.
Yeah, I can't talk to them. I don't have a ham license. But will you stop? Oh my God, Kevin, you are such a turd. Are you swimming? Are you oh. God. Just wreck everything. You are such a jerk. You are such a jerk. Okay, will you stop? Please stop. Oh my God. I can't help it. You haven't spent any time with me today. And then you decide,
Trish, make sure it's during a lightning storm when you use it. You get better results.
I love you, but that was annoying. My God. See, move tab to new window. Go back to StreamYard. Okay. So what a lot of people do when they point these antennas at the ISS, they'll have their radio tied right here. They'll take that mount off. And then what they'll do is they'll strap their radio to it. They have a short piece of coax running up to the connector, which is right there, that middle piece right there, silver. They'll have their coax tied into that, which is a whole lot less loss. You're not going to lose any signal at all. And they'll hold that section right there where that bracket normally would be and just kind of point it. It's like an extension of your hand, and you just point it at it. And yeah, it's a bit pricey. This is cheaper than a lot of antennas I've seen, but yeah, it's in my wish list, but that doesn't mean I'm going to get it. I've got other things that are far more important. But let's see. Stop sharing. You could use a scanner, yeah, because you can lock into just that channel on the scanner. You can call me Flash. Let me go. Let Randall mention this, and I'm just gonna go ahead and show it. What was the name of it now at CB? Wasn't Anytone. Oh well, he's no help. He's asleep over there. Please don't pick up. I think Randall's asleep.
I've heard my name called, and I'm gonna see what's been talked about.
Oh well, yeah. Glad you joined us.
I've been listening the whole time.
Oh wow. Never mind. I was asking you a question or anything like
I
that.
was in the kitchen.
Oh, see how he wasn't even anywhere near the.
Nowhere. I could hear you, but it was a lot of mumbling. What was the question? And I'll try not to answer
it. Never mind.
All right, Jen. I can live with that.
Was it the Apollo? Such the radio you were talking about was the Apollo, wasn't it?
Aries 2. Okay. Anytone Aries 2. Aries 2. It's pretty. It was pretty reasonable. It was less than it was 100 and something. $35. That's pretty good. Well, 34 actually.
Oh, looky here. What have we got? This is the radio I was telling you about. Looks a whole lot like this Anytone over here. Wait a minute. It's made by Anytone. No wonder. Move task to a new window. Find StreamYard again. Share screen. Apollo 2.
No.
Oh, look at that. Looks just like my UHF EHF radio.
Yeah, that's hers. Oh, yeah, Anytone Apollo 2.
Oh, that's the Apollo. Why did they show me that? Okay, let's try this again.
ARES 2.
Yeah, that's what I typed in. See right here at the top of the. Well, no, you can't see that.
I don't think the I's in it.
Maybe not.
Well, I can bring it up and see. Let me look on my favorites real quick here.
Let me take that off here. And it looks like R's to me. Anytone R's too. Wow.
Where is it at?
May not be wanting to show it on. Hey, they might not even be selling it on Walmart.
Yeah, it's a ARES.
Yeah, I typed that in too.
ARES 2 10-meter radio. Now, it was on Amazon where I was searching for it and see what the price that was. And it come up on.
Poor reception. Well, be damned.
What?
My weather radio is up there blinking and it says poor reception. Poor reception.
Damn.
Don't sound like poor reception to me. it's going on about? Poor reception. Huh. All the lights are on it. What the hell is it talking about? Of course not. Enough light back here in the corner. All the lights are going. It's washing them out. Huh. Whatever. If I turned it on, it's not got poor reception. I don't know what they're going on about. Huh.
Did you type ARES? Yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, right there.
Go to Amazon. That's because that's where I got it saved at, is on Amazon.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
That's it. Well, they, yeah.
Can you say Cobra chassis?
Yeah,
Go ahead. I know you can.
It kind of looks like a Cobra, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nice looking radio, though.
Yeah, it is.
This is the one with the controls all, yeah, it's channel
built into
and
the,
everything. Yeah.
yeah. The the menu is up there where the channel selector's at.
Yeah. Pretty radio.
Yeah, it's nice. It's it says it does 35 watts is what's. And it's got a built-in mic amplifier. And it can switch between electrical and just regular mic.
Well, it's got Vox on it too. Oh.
I was watching a video on it the other day.
High power 10 meter mobile rig with power receive RSSI S meter PC programmable squelch auto squelch function RF gain adjustment mic gain adjustment RF power adjustment. Wow,
it's a 10-meter rig.
Yeah,
he's asking.
I think this is the one that you just you clip something and it goes right to it. 11 meter.
Yeah, it's programmable. It's got a USB port in the back where you can hook a cable to it and make it. They said you can make it do different things. You can set your Roger beeps and all that stuff in there too.
Power output is adjustable on AM 1 to 12 watts.
Yes, they said you could adjust it.
FM 1 to 40 watts and sideband is 1 to 35 watts. You know, cool.
Yep.
8 amps with the 8 amps with modulation, so you wouldn't need a huge power supply to run it. 10 would be plenty. That's the problem with my Anytone. I can't run it on full power because my power supply can't run it. Needs 10 amps to run it. I could do 5 and 15, but I can't go to 25. It won't. It'll protect itself. It won't even transmit. It says something about out of something voltage. Pops up on the screen, tells you. Protect your radio so you don't blow it up. Ooh, we didn't have that on the old CBs, huh? You blew it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it kind of looked. I got a Cobra. I got a Cobra hooked up over here, and it's a Cobra night. It kind of looked like a Cobra 25 in the face of it. The Cobra 25 might be just a little bit narrower, not as wide as that.
Nifty. Bit out of my price range.
Yeah, it's pricey. But anyway.
Hey, that's Schuler. Yeah, it was the. Yeah, it was the CB radio showing
I
up.
learned at 16, want to go to the pickle park and never get a sugar booger.
How you doing, Beth? I know you've had a busy day today, and hope everybody's doing well over there. You and Joe.
Well, I'm gonna have to hop off here, Barry.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna call it. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. I was gonna cut it off at midnight, but I went a little further than that.
Yeah. Good sleep.
But wish I could use my microphone a little bit closer, but somebody decided no. But anyway, you guys have been fun, but yeah, I know it's early yet. Marigolds. I try to do. I'm going to pick a day, maybe Wednesdays. I might do a daytime live for an hour or so. But anyway, appreciate you coming up here, neighbor, as always, and everybody in the chat. You guys are awesome, and always lots of fun. So I'm gonna get out of here. I might try to go to bed early tonight. I'm not sure, but y'all take it easy, and we'll catch you next time around.